everyone, welcome. I'm Katie and this is a fountain pen awakening. As you can see, a bit of the festive cheer has spread into my bedroom today. I thought I'd get some decorations up just to try and get into the Christmas mode, I guess. As I'm filming this today in Australia, it's a boiling hot day, so I'm inside. Any kind of fan noises, that's because I've got all my fans going in my bedroom to sort of get some coolness. So welcome everyone. Thank you for sharing this journey with me. Thank you for liking and subscribing. In my last video, the famous last words one, that was super cool. All your comments, it was great to interact with you guys, and that's what kind of for me makes it all worthwhile, is to be able to share this fountain pen journey with you guys and just, you know, get some tips, tricks, and talk about, you know, hobbies and passions, because as I said in my intro video, it's really hard to find other people who are interested in this hobby. So today what I thought I would do, just do a quick recap on my fountain pen collection and talk to you about, you know, my likes and dislikes, and, you know, just a few thoughts on my fountain pen journey so far. All right, so as you can see, I've got a few boxes. This is the Lamy box, which I made into not a pencil, I'm calling it a pencil case, but a fountain pen box. Now this red box was the box that my strawberry came in, this pen here. That was kind of like the first pen that I bought. This is the Lamy Safari Strawberry, and I thought that was super cool. As my first pen, I really like the fact that the clip in their limited editions or special editions are the same color as the body. So this pen came in this really super cool box. Then I thought to myself, oh well, you know, like the other special or limited edition was the cream. What do? You don't get the pear? Of course you get the pear. So strawberry and cream. The cream didn't come in a cool cream box. It only came in one of them Lamy cardboard cases. So these two are living in this box because they are uninked at the moment. And then I've got the Prera demonstrator in here because this is the one that I bought extra because I wanted to use the calligraphy medium nib from it to put in my other Prera. So that's just living in this box. I've just got a few Lamy spare nibs that I've sort of tested, a few broads, and 1.9 and 1.5 nibs are in here. I'm just going to leave that in here because I'm going to gift that anyway. So in here, just quickly, I just want to show you is where I keep my glass dip pen and also my other dip pen, one that I originally was using for my swatches, and I bought this beautiful pink one. I bought my Herbin Rouge d'Encre ink just to go with the pink, which I thought was fun. And then I got my, I can never pronounce this thing, it's Iro Utsushi Pilot dip pen. It's just a plastic one, and this is a medium nib, but you can get it with a fine medium. And what I've discovered, I can actually swap this out with my calligraphy medium nibs from my other Pilot. That's just easy peasy. I usually kind of dip this bottom and do like a little ink swatch, and then, you know, you write with it. So that's been super fun being able to experiment with them. So what I do have currently inked up are my Benu Brown or Briolette. This is the blue ice. This is like my first Benu that I bought. My Safari Strawberry, and then I kind of bought this. But this came with a fine nib and I really couldn't deal with it, so I had to get a broad nib. And now it has a broad nib on it, and I absolutely love the way this pen writes. I love the way it sparkles. I love the way it looks. So I'm super, super happy with my little Benu. Then obviously, you know, you can't have enough Benus. This was a FOMO pen. I absolutely love this pen. I love the way it sparkles. I love the way it looks. It's just, oh, I don't know. There was something about it. It attracted me. It's from the Ambrosia collection, and on the Benu website it said it was a limited edition and that you could only buy it on their website. It was their website exclusive. So I bought it. I bought it with a broad nib. However, I don't know why, but that broad nib does not write as well as my Brio. It kind of was a bit soft, I guess, because it's gold plated. It was writing a bit blobby, and when I say blobby, what I mean is it kind of too wet and feathering. Whereas I got this now medium nib on it, and I love it. It just writes so well. These nibs are Schmidt nibs. Benu uses Schmidt nibs. I did write to them and ask them why they do not offer any other nibs but the fine, medium and broad. So it'd be really super excellent if they did get into the broader nibs, because I love stub nib, or you know, calligraphy nib, or an italic nib, whatever you want to call it, a 1.1 especially. I find that that's my kind of nib of preference. So that was one of my most expensive pens, by the way. But I love it, and there's no regrets there, no buyer regrets. Now in my little trusty pen case, it's my Pelican Twist. I got this off Amazon. It was super cheap, like $22, $23 Australian. It's like a resin, and it's a metallic kind of color, and I thought that the silver was super elegant. I saw it on a channel. I thought, oh, I have to have that. It's super fun. That has a medium nib. And because I have been wanting a Pelican pen for quite some time now, but they're a bit outside of my price point, I just got that one. And I bought one for my friend too and gifted that to him for his birthday. So next pen on my list is the Schuylkill, or Schuylkill. I pronounce it Schuylkill, but a lovely lady who was watching one of my videos pointed out it's called Schuylkill, and I keep forgetting. So this one here was one of those pens that I saw and immediately fell in love with. I just love the coloring of it. This is a Narwhal or a Navajo. They've rebranded now and I can never remember. And it is the Schuylkill Cronus Teal in color. Now this originally came with its own stub nib. So Narwhal does their own in-house stub nib, but to me it was a gusher. I didn't like the way it wrote. So I swapped the stub nib out with another stub nib. This is a Yovo size 6, and it writes amazing. I love it. I love this pen, and this was bought to go with my Galen Leather journal wrap cover. These two were birthday gifts. My family chipped in some money to help me, you know, buy this and buy that as well. So next pen is my Sailor Pro Gear Slim. Yay! And this is my one and only 14 karat gold nib. And yeah, my most expensive pen, obviously. I was chuffed because I managed to get this on a super good deal. It was a gift set, so it came with its own ink, like a 50ml bottle of ink. This is the Cherry Blossom Manyo. I got it off, was it Heaven Pens from the UK. It was under 300 Australian dollars. You can't get this pen in Australia. You can't find it anywhere under $300. So I was super, super stoked. Now, when I first got it and first wrote with it, I'm thinking, oh, what's the big deal with these gold nibs? Yeah, it's okay. Because, I mean, if you've been following my channel for a minute, you know that I'm not the biggest fan of fine and medium nibs. I like my stub nibs. So I was a bit disappointed that it's so rare to get these pens with the bigger nibs. So, you know, like I know that Sailor does. They're called music nibs and zoom nibs. The only pens that I can find them on are just the black ones, and black is boring. But anyway, I found this with a medium nib, not a medium fine, and that is super lucky. And I actually now just love the way, you know, you ink it up, it writes straight away. There's no kind of feedback. It just writes so buttery smooth, and I'm really, really enjoying it. Even if it's a little bit dry, it's all good. I mean, I can deal with that. And my little cherry blossom. My next pen is a new acquisition. Let me just move these up here for a sec so we can see what's going on. This one is the TWSBI Classic. Now, I thought to myself, I wanted another TWSBI because I'm really enjoying the writing experience with my TWSBI Mini, but I didn't want to get another demonstrator pen. And when I was having a look at the Black Friday sales and I was looking for the Pilot Prera, but I wanted it in the ivory color, they had sold out everywhere. I thought to myself, well, if I can't get the Prera, I'll get myself this white classic. So this pen here has a number 4 nib on it, and it's exactly the same size nib as my TWSBI Mini. And I thought, well, I'll get myself another one because I really love the way the TWSBI Mini writes. However, having said that, this does not write at all as well as my TWSBI Mini writes. So there you go. Go figure why the exact same nib on the same brand pen does not write the same. Blows my mind every time, people, but that's the fun, right? So this pen has got a little window, and then it is a piston filling mechanism as well, and it's faceted. As you can see, it's octagonal. Something new for the collection instead of going with, you know, TWSBI demonstrator pen. Now, as we were talking about my TWSBI, I love this pen. Why do I love this pen? Because the way it writes is, to me, it's just amazing. When I first got it, it was a bit scratchy, it was a bit, you know, like hard, but then as I'm writing with it, it just becomes beautiful, and now I absolutely love the writing experience with this pen. And this again is a size 4. I think they use Yoga nibs, TWSBI does, and yeah, and it's a stub nib, a 1.1, as is my classic here. It's a stub nib too. So these two have got exactly the same nibs. They're from the same brand, but those two nibs do not write alike. This is a little bit more wet and gushier, so I guess maybe I need to break it in, maybe I need to use a different ink, I don't know. I'm exploring, and we'll see how we travel with that, you know, trying different combinations. My next pen is the beautiful TWSBI 580 Diamond Iris or Iridescent. This pen is, yes, a demonstrator pen, but I had to have it just because it is just gorgeous. The colors on it, and you know, it is also a collectible item because it is a limited edition and they won't be doing these again. So with the TWSBIs, I prefer a slimline. So this is why I go for the 580 Diamond, as the little TWSBI is a 580 Diamond too, because I like the slimline look. I don't like the boxier look of the Ecos or Echoes, and I don't like the vac because it's like too big, and that vacuum mechanism, you know, it just like baffles me a bit. So this Iris has got a beautiful nib. It has the iridescent colors on tip of the nib too, and this is a stub nib, a 1.1, and I think this is a size 6 nib. Now, when I initially got it, it wrote really super well, but as I've broken it in, I kind of find it writes a little bit wet and a little bit blobby and feathery with some inks and on some papers. So I'm on the quest for the perfect ink for it. At the moment, it's got the Van Diemen Sunspotted Orchid in it, which is okay, but not perfect. So I shall let you know how I go with that one. And then we've got my trusty little Lamy Vista. This was a present to myself. So when I got myself cream, I got myself the Lamy Vista because I thought, oh yeah, demonstrator pen. You know, everyone was raving on about demonstrator pens. And then because I wanted to try the Lamy Al-Star or Al-Star, or AL standing for aluminium or aluminum, as you guys say in the States, I thought, oh, okay, I'll give that a go. So this is also a limited edition. This is the white silver color, and I got this for my birthday too, so that sort of came with my Galen leather journal wrap and the Shalkill. And I also sort of, because I'm a matchy girl, and sorry about this paper towel bit here, but it was just because I didn't want my pens to roll. I you know, put that down. I am kind of a bit of a matchy girl, so I got my strawberry and cream here, and then I got my demonstrator pen, and I got this because, again, I like the clip to kind of match the body of the pen. With the Vista, you can get away with it because the hardware, the silver, it kind of all matches up. So I thought I'll get these two to match. And obviously you can see that I'm a bit of a silver girl. The reason this has got gold is because obviously that was the only one that was going, and also the gold matches the gold nib. Then that's got silver trimmings, that's got silver trimmings, that's got, you know, the iridescent on it, so that's all good. And then obviously the pen that I got, my Benu, was like, hello, sparkly silver. And then, well, this is just, this is Brown Orchid, and I fell in love with it. Doesn't matter if it's gold. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Now, I went to the Prera and the Ivory after seeing Karina's channel where she had bought the Prera because she tried the Pilot Metropolitan, but they were too thin for her, so she got the Prera, swapped it out, put the calligraphy medium nib in it, and she loved it. And so I wanted it because the Ivory looks really kind of more classy. So anyway, this was a FOMO moment as well. They were selling out fast. I couldn't find any. There was no Ivory, there was no grey. The only one left was the red, so I got the red, which is in actual fact hot pink. And this has got the calligraphy medium nib on it, and I am absolutely loving how this pen writes. It's a small pen, so you have to write with it posted. But yeah, I really love it. It's fast becoming one of my fave writers. So that one is part of my pilot collection. I'm just going to pop these two back in here. Put that one there. Then I've got my two pilots. Last but not least are my two little pilots, Metropolitans. I did have three. Why I had three was because initially when I got Goldie or Zigzag, called Zigzag because of the pattern. I don't know if you can see the zigzag pattern here on the barrel. I bought Goldie with the calligraphy medium nib. I dropped Goldie and the calligraphy medium nib went to shite. Tried to contact a few pen resellers to ask them about, you know, replacement calligraphy nibs. They don't do that. You have to buy a brand new pen to have the calligraphy medium nib. Otherwise, you have to send them off, and it costs more to get the nib fixed than it does to actually buy a new pen. So I bought a new pen, and then I had to buy another pen because I liked so much the writing experience with a calligraphy medium nib. And that one Lizard I've gifted, and then I bought another one because I just need to have more calligraphy medium nibs in my life, the better it is. And this is Croc, as you can see, because of the pattern. Yeah, so as you can see, and as I've said, if you've been following my channel for a minute, you actually know that my favorite nib absolutely so far that I have tested is the calligraphy medium nib on the Pilot Metropolitans, which those of you who do not know, it is like an italic nib. It's a 1.0 nib. So on the Lamys, I've got my 1.1 italic nib or calligraphy nib. On my Pilot Mats and my Prera, I've got my calligraphy medium nib. And then on my other pens, I have stub nibs. The stub nibs are a little bit bigger, the 1.1, so on my TWSBIs. And then pens that have the medium, which are my Twist and my Sailor Pro Gear. Oh, sorry, and my Orchid. Yay! And now I only have one broad on the Brio because I tried out the broads, and again, I didn't quite like the Lamy broads, how they wrote. I find they kind of a bit too wet and blobby for me, even though I've sort of experimented with a few different nibs, the Lamy nibs and the Pilot nibs. I'm kind of sticking to my guns, and I am going with the calligraphy medium nibs that come on the Pilot and the Preras. I'm so devo that they don't actually do it on their other pens. I would love to have a gold nib pen with a calligraphy medium nib. So I'm thinking now that I probably might have to do a custom grind on some of my pens to get what I want, but that's super expensive. I've been kind of looking around in Australia, and I only seen one nibsmith, and it's super expensive to get it done, you know what I mean? And there's a super long waiting list. If you know anybody in Australia, help me out. Do you know anyone that is kind of inexpensive? Because to be perfectly frank, so far this hobby is super expensive in all sorts, because it's not only fountain pens, and it's not only the nibs and getting to know, you know, what you like as a writing experience. It's also the inks, it's also the papers, it's also journaling, you know, it goes on and on. But no regrets whatsoever. I'm super happy to have found this hobby. I'm gonna be a fountain pen aficionado for the rest of my life. I don't have any regrets whatsoever. I love the fact that I started this channel because I'm so passionate about it. I love the fact that I can share this passion with you guys. It's a healthy hobby as far as I'm concerned. You know, so far I have a small collection. I only started in August 2022, so you know, I don't want to spend a lot of money, because as one of my viewers said, it's good to kind of get to know what you like and then invest your money in what you sort of like you like, instead of buying 1,000 pens and then, you know, having buyer's regrets. When I do spend a little bit more money, I make sure that I really want that pen and that I will love it. Yeah, so far so good, my friends. Thank you very much for hanging out with me in my fountain pen Christmas special, and my fountain pen journey recap, and my fountain pen collection thus far. Thank you all for watching. I hope to see you in my next one. Ciao belli!